Welcome to a new edition of TSDtv. I am Burnell Smith, executive producer and CEO and publisher of the new Tri-State Defender. So I've got two lovely ladies that are going to share some incredible things. We had a great event today. We're going to talk about that event, but we're going to talk about a journey that has impacted so many lives in a lot of ways. And so I want to introduce to you my guest today. We have Ms. Paulette Leaphart, and she was our keynote speaker today. We have Tammy Coleman, who is the proprietor of Tiara's Place and Tiara's Teardrop, and she put on her 5th annual breast cancer awareness brunch, and so we're going to talk about that a little bit. Paulette, I want to come to you. In preparing for this, I really did some research to kind of understand your story, why Tammy felt it was so important to get you, and she was so excited when she did finally confirm that you were coming. Also, I read all these interviews and all the stories about your journey and your mission, but tell us about you first. Where did you grow up, your family life, and most important, what and who were the most important things in shaping the woman that we see here today?
Wow, I was born and raised in Biloxi, Mississippi. I was born to a teenage mom who was in an abusive relationship with my father. So I witnessed a lot of abuse from my father to my mother. And one day, I was 5 years old, I came home from school, and my mom wasn't there. And she wasn't there for a lot of years. In my little 5-year-old brain, I had closure with her not being there and associating her not being there with death. So in my mind, she died. Nobody told me she died, but that's how I had to get some type of closure or some type of understanding. Ended up staying with my grandmother, my dad's mother, and they were very abusive. I was abused physically, sexually, and emotionally while I was staying with my grandmother. And I was 5, 6, 7, 8 years old. And I had a great grandmother who was a full-blooded Cherokee Indian. She was elderly and she couldn't help me, but she knew what was going on. And she gave me a gift, and that gift was Jesus. She gave me faith. She taught me how to pray. She taught me how to read God's word. My abusers did whatever they wanted to my body, but there was one thing that I wouldn't give them, and that was my spirit. Because that belonged to God, because that's what my great-grandmother taught me. You know, just they can't take that. You know, and she taught me who God was and what He could do for me. I wrote a book, and my book is entitled, and it's waiting to be published, Born Uncelebrated. So one day my uncle came home drunk and beat me, and he said, "You're gonna cry today." Because every time I would get beat, I wouldn't cry. And that angered them because they said I was stubborn. But I wasn't giving them my spirit. I gave them the body to do whatever they want to with it, but I wouldn't give them my spirit. So he beat me that day so bad that I ended up in the hospital. And as I was laying in the hospital, 6, 7 years old, I could hear the nurses around me. And I could hear people talking. I couldn't talk to them, but I could hear them. And they would say, "Shit, that little girl's not gonna make it." Who would do something like that to a child? And I remember my grandmother telling me that I didn't have to talk to God with my mouth. If I thought it in my heart, then God could hear. So in my heart in my mind I started talking to God laying there in the bed, hearing all of this that's going on around me, but I couldn't talk. But I started talking to God. And I said to him, "God, please don't let me die. I'm too little to die. I don't want to die." And I said, "If you let me live, I promise when I grow up, I will celebrate all the children that were born uncelebrated. And I will love them, and I will take care of them, and I'm crying in my heart. Just don't let me die." And he didn't let me die. And I grew up, and I kept that promise. For every child that I birthed, I adopted. I gave birth to 4 and I adopted 4, so I have a total of 8 children. So I always had a fighting spirit. I always had a spirit of faith. I always, yes, Yes, and a spirit of loving, you know, because I didn't know what love was until my great-grandmother taught me. Love is Jesus. He is love.
I knew that based upon all I read, videos I've seen, that story behind the woman who has been propelled to do all this great work and touch so many lives out of so much pain had to have a significant story. So thank you for bearing and sharing that with us. So, you know, something that you talked about today that you spoke on, and that as I read your story, just it was almost unbelievable because I just take for granted that women go to the doctor, they have their annual exam, certain things that I read that from your story that you essentially had an epiphany or a word from God that told you that you had cancer, that by age 47 you had not had a mammogram. And so, you know, was that true? And then what were the circumstances behind not having had the mammogram? And what would be your advice to women about breast exams and preventing your journey?
Well, as I said earlier when I was speaking to the guests, we got to start talking about it. You know, the women in my family didn't talk about it. It wasn't made serious. You know, it wasn't a serious subject. You know, my mother had it, and I knew she had breast cancer, but she didn't talk about it. You know? And if you don't talk about it and educate us, we don't know. We don't know.
And that's about a lot of things in our life, whether it be money.
Hey, you got to talk about it. We have to. It's important because we're dying. And I didn't get the mammogram because, you know, I was one of those who just thought, oh, it's not going to happen to me. You know, it's not going to happen to me. The other reason was, it was too expensive. I'll take $1,200 and I'll spend it on my kids all day, every day. But I'm not going to spend $1,200 on myself. You know, I put my children first. And I'm teaching women that I come in contact with now is we got to stop it. We got to stop taking care of everybody else, put everybody else before us. We have to take care of us because we're the caretakers in our family. And once they lose us, you know, our children, you know, my cousin died at 31. She had to work hard. Because her focus was, I gotta go to work. I gotta make sure my baby have a graduation. I gotta make sure my baby got this. We put the children and our spouses and everybody else first. And she didn't go to them. She found them all, but she ignored it. Because she didn't take it serious. Because the women in my family didn't talk about it. If you find them out, go to the doctor. Cancer is doing this, cancer kills. They didn't talk about it. So she wasn't educated enough on the subject. I wasn't educated enough on the subject. You know, and I think that's the problem. You know, more white women, Caucasian women are diagnosed way more. But more of us are dying. And we're dying because we're not educated. We don't go in for the studies. A white woman's DNA makeup is not like ours. So they're making the treatments based on the women that's coming in there for the clinical trials. And that's who they're helping. In the meantime, we don't want people in our business. We're not going, you know, we're not going to be guinea pigs. You know, and to me that's a travesty. That's a travesty. 60,000 women died last year. And out of the 60,000 women, 40,000 of them were African Americans. That's double. Somebody mentioned that earlier today. That's double the numbers of any other ethnic race of people. We need to be educated, and we need to go in, and we need to get those trials. We need to be a part of the study so we can get the treatments that will help combat and fight this disease.
So that transitioned me to another question I thought about as I researched your story. And every year there are walks and events, and there's millions and millions upon millions of dollars. Billions that are being raised. And from what I could see, or what I read, most of it are going to pharmaceutical companies to develop treatments. And there's some talk of developing the cure, which I want to talk about that too. But it seems like all of these resources go to these pharmaceutical companies, and their focus is on developing things that treat the symptoms of cancer, or treat cancer to a degree, but not necessarily alleviating the cancer. So two things. Talk about how, from your perspective and all that you know about how African American community, and particularly African American women, can be a part of the development of these solutions and treatments. But more importantly, how the focus needs to be on developing the cure rather than treating the symptoms, if you will.
Well, greed is a big problem in this country.
There we go.
Greed, and that's exactly the issue here in America. Pharmaceutical companies are getting donations of billions of dollars on top of billions every year for the last 30 years in research for this disease. To, like you said, treat the symptoms, treat the disease. And that's the problem. They're treating it because there's money in the treatment, and there's not money in the cure. If they cure the disease,
come on, you about to start preaching them, right? If they cure the disease, then okay,
no more
the money,
no more yachts, no more planes for these CEOs of these pharmaceutical companies.
Absolutely.
It's greed. So they would rather sacrifice lives than to come up with their cure. You can't tell me there's not a cure for cancer. All of the money and all of the research and all of the education and the knowledge that we have in this country with scientists, that no one has come up with a cure for cancer. It's greed. And the Holy Spirit, God told me, He said there is a cure for cancer. There's a cure.
I'm going to say this, from what you shared today and what I've read, your faith and your ability to be in tune with God, I truly believe when you said He spoke to you and He told you that.
Oh yes.
I'm going to testify to
I
that.
took a 1,000-mile journey with nobody but me and my baby. Nobody in the car following us. Nobody there but God. As He told me He was going to take care of me. And He had His angels camped all the way to D.C. People were showing up just out of the woodworks. Because, I told some of the people, you can't tell everybody what you're going to do because people will talk you out of it. They're scared you out of it. So I didn't tell many people about what I was training to do because I trained a year and a half.
So talk about the preparation for that.
While I was in treatment, I don't know, I'm not going to say I don't know, but it was the Spirit of God that prompted me to get up every day, get dressed, take my children to school, take care of my kids, and walk. I just was walking. And then I had to let my car go. I had to let it go because I needed money. So I let my car go. So I was forced to walk. I walked to my doctor's appointments. I walked home. I walked to the grocery store because I didn't have family. I didn't have family support. I didn't have the family support. And I was angry about that for over a year, that my family wasn't there for me. But then that's what God said. I did that. I had to isolate you so you could hear from me. So He isolated me because I had nobody to depend on for those 2 years that I was going through but God. And that's where I had to go because I had nothing else but Him. So He did it.
Wow. Again, hearing that, and I just understand the importance of faith.
It's faith.
As we walk through whatever trials and travails and tribulations that we face as individuals, we all going to face that. Myron and I, who interviewed earlier, was talking about that in terms of some difficulties, and just understanding that we learn from those lessons, and that most of the time, God's greatest blessings in our lives come out of our most difficult struggles.
The hardest battles come the biggest blessings.
Yeah.
The doors that's opening up for me now God is blowing my mind. TV shows, all kind of stuff is coming to me because of what I went through. The people use the saying, what the devil meant for bad, God will turn it around. That's true. It was meant for bad, but God said no. And sometimes people think, well, what did I do wrong? They think, and people tell you, what'd you do wrong for all this to happen to you? Why are you going through this? It's something you did, you ain't doing, you're not living right. But that's not true. Sometimes it's what you're doing right. That God chooses you.
What I say, He has chosen you for a specific work.
Right.
It's going to bless His people.
Right.
My belief is that God put us here and blessed us all with certain gifts and talents and abilities. And our purpose, our ultimate purpose, is to utilize those gifts and talents and all the things He's blessed us with to be a blessing to others.
That's right. What I went through as a child was a blessing. I didn't know that going through it, but He was preparing me even before I was born for this purpose. I had to go through being abused in order to be strong now, because had I not gone through that, I would have died. I went through a lot fighting cancer. It was just me and my children. Where are we going to go? Where are we going to sleep? Where are we going to eat? I said, God, I know you got it. And He had it. It's faith. And people want to give up. It's like they're so quick to just throw in the towel and say, I surrender, I give up. But you're going through those trials and those storms for a reason. To get strong, to get muscles.
Right.
And if you make it through that valley, those valley days, when you make it, when you make it through, like I said, doors are opening up left and right that I never could have even imagined.
We'll talk about, in that vein, talk about, is there any exciting things that are on the horizon that you want to share?
I'm getting ready to, a network owner. He heard my story. He owns a TV network station. And he called me in tears. White man. And he's like, your story. He said, your story is so powerful. We got to do something. So in the next 2 weeks, we're supposed to get together and working on a documentary and maybe a reality TV show. Not none of these.
Not that ratchet stuff.
No. We need something positive. Something positive. So it's all kinds of doors open. I'm not sure. Like I said, I let God. I hear from God. If He tell me to go, I'm going to go.
Let Him lead you. Right. So your story really emanated with me for a lot of reasons. Resonated with me because my mother, you met my mother earlier. She was recently diagnosed and had my back was in a mastectomy. And we've gone through.
She took a long bout.
Right.
And it came back.
Well, it basically was in a month, and that really had me questioning these doctors. And okay, so y'all didn't know that when you decided to go in that a month later you'll come back. Well, now you're gonna get two surgeries. You're gonna get paid for two surgeries. Right. So I was questioning all that. I'm one that's very skeptical.
So was it your mom's decision to just do the?
Originally, it was like we supported her in it, but it was really ultimately her decision. Right. And so then when they came back about a month later and said, well, we tested it, we still see cancer, we'll give you 3 options. And they said you can either chemo she was my father's caregiver when he was diagnosed with Coleman, and she watched every day struggle with all the fallout of chemo and the radiation treatments and everything that they took him through, and so she just said, I'm not doing it. And so, I said, okay, I understand. We're good. And so, I guess my question I was really getting to is that, for me, it was a struggle as a son to really understand how to support her. There were certain elements of, so for instance, I'll give you something, I'll just be real candid. And she was talking about these various options she had for reconstructive surgery, after they removed the breast. And I was like, in my mind, I'm like, Mom, you have how old Mom is. I said, just, you don't need to have any more surgery than they already gonna do. Just, you don't need, just let it remove and then go on. Because I'm thinking selfishly, like, Mom, I really don't want you to go through too much.
Right.
So for me, it was a struggle to figure out how to support her.
Right.
So from your perspective, and you talked about family not being able to support you, but what advice would you give to a family member who really does want to support their loved one that's going through that, in terms of really what are the things that you would have wanted in terms of family support, or what do you think are the most important things for family and loved ones and friends to provide in terms of support for someone who's going through breast cancer or any form of cancer?
Well, it's mind over body. For me, the positivity, the love, the support, just being there, not telling me what to do, not telling me how to do it, but to just be there, to let me know I'm here. If you need me, if you need anything, if you need to talk, if you need a hug, if you need somebody to rub your feet or rub your back, those things that's positivity. You need that touch and that love when you're going through. I don't expect for you to tell me you understand. I don't expect to get that type of support from anybody that has not been through it, because they can't tell us.
Right.
You can't tell me what it's like to lose my breast.
Right.
You can't tell me what it's like to throw up or all night because of the treatments, because of the side effects of the treatments. You don't understand that. So you can't, in that aspect, you can't tell me, you can't help me. Only someone that's been through it could do that. But as family members, just be there to support whatever they need. Like I said, if it's just to rub my feet, to talk to me, or to just sit with me through my treatments, or just be there. That's what we need from our family. And my family wasn't there. No phone calls, no nothing.
What were the top 3 things that you would advise anyone? I know the story is fascinating and motivating for so many. Would you advise women who are battling breast cancer, particularly facing mastectomy or double mastectomy?
That our breasts don't define us. And if they tell you got cancer in your breast, don't go in and just cut out a little piece, because the whole breast is contaminated. Let it go. It's okay. It's okay. Our breasts just don't define us. We define us. And so many women want to be vain, don't want to let the breast go, want to hold on to the breast, that are sick. And they need to know it's okay. You're still beautiful. You're still a woman. You're still feminine. That does not change the woman. The breast though, they just tissue and muscle hanging off your chest. And it's okay to let it go. And I know it's hard, because I went through not wanting to let mine go. Like I said, the cancer didn't devastate me. The fact that I had to have both my breasts cut off, that was devastating. And I understand that. And it's a process that you have to go through. Stay positive, surround yourself with positivity. So now I understand why God didn't let people come around. You know, he made it very clear with him. You need to be around people that are very positive and that's gonna talk positive. You know, stay around positivity because that's so important in healing. And it's mind over body. It's mind over body. If you believe you can beat this, you will beat this. If you feel in your mind and in your spirit you're defeated, then guess what? You will be defeated. So you have to keep a positive mindset at all times. You know, it's okay to cry. I'm not saying 24/7 you walk around like you Superman. No, it's okay to cry, but don't stay there.
Tammy, I just want to transition to you and ask, first of all, I want to thank you for this effort and for inviting me to be a part of this, because I've been inspired today. What inspired you to host this event? I know you shared it with me earlier, but talk about your inspiration for your vision for this. So in these last couple of minutes, I want to talk about your business a little bit, because you know your business, you sell accessories, you sell women's clothing, and you do a phenomenal job with that. Such a phenomenal job that you dressed keynote speaker today. So talk about this dress and the selection of this dress for today's event.
She's on one of the models on the slogan says yellow is the new pink. Following her on Facebook, everything that was new thing, 1,000 miles. So when I talked to her, I offered to use her. And I want her to look still better and show that she has beauty. She doesn't need to have a dress. I want her to feel that she can still be and that's why I gave her this dress.
Yes, outstanding job. You both beautifully gorgeous today. And you both have shared incredibly inspiring stories and touch a lot of women I know and touch a lot of women and continue to do so. So, I just want to thank you ladies for being with us. We're going to extend this to 50,000 plus email subscribers, and we know they're going to share all around the country and all around the world. Thank you for inspiring me.
And if you want to follow my story, you can follow me on my Facebook page, Paulette Leaphart, Leaphart.
We have a website, www.tiarasplace.com, where we specialize in sophisticated apparel for ladies, plus size and regular size. And also, if you want to join us and volunteer for our nonprofit organization, it's www.teardrop.org.
Very good. Well, listen, we're going to sign off. We'll see you next time. Until that time, keep reading. For information, inspiration, and elevation, visit tsdmemphis.com.